Hello truckers and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We are in Nebraska, actually in McCook, Nebraska. If you want to call it a rest area, that's where we're at. It is 6 a.m. I got a load ready to go pick up. Yes, we do have a paint job. Let's go over it quickly because I've done this, I think, opening intro to this episode like 6 times already. Yes, having nothing but problems. But anyways, the top of the truck basically is nothing more than like cloud cover. We got the Nebraska state flag on the hood and the Nebraska Cornhuskers logo, a college campus in Nebraska, on top of the roof. On the side view, we got just a Nebraska farm with a cornfield, basically. Kind of hard to see in this daylight. Maybe a little bit better on this side, the way the sun's shining. You can kind of see a little bit. Basically, where the hood is, it's kind of like a close-up of the corn. That's as close as I can scroll in for you currently. So there is that. Let's jump into the truck here. And actually, I need to double check because I've done this like 3 times. Make sure my headlights are on. Yeah, okay, so the headlights are on. All right, we should be good to go. We can see the GPS. So a few things. Mods that currently are not working, but I mean the patch of 1.5 has only been out for a day, but the spring mod is turned off. The minimal advisory screen at the bottom, Patrick is working on that, but he's having some issues, can't figure out what's causing the problem. I think it might have to do something with a complete UI interface that's going on. That might be it, I have no idea. But I'm seeing some other issues. I'm not sure what's causing the problem. But we got 8 miles to go. It's going to take us 34 minutes to get there. We are doing external contracts because we're doing the Cruising Kansas thing, which basically is deliver to or from 12 of the cities. I'm guessing there's 12 cities in Nebraska. I haven't really looked and counted at them, but I'm guessing that's what it is. To or from 12 of the cities. The deliveries have to be 100 miles in length. And let me tell you, it was hard to find one out of McCook, Nebraska. And I got one. Now, I'm kind of concerned when we pick up this external contract and want to see what it says. So, I would press escape and go to the UI into the garage, but every time I do that, once I start driving, the game is crashing, so I don't know what's causing that. And like I said, I've done this intro like 5 or 6 times, and I don't want to do that right now. But anyways, the external contract, it says the job length is like 240 some odd miles. But it's going to take me 18 hours to get there. Something doesn't seem right. I only got like 16 hours to get the job done in real time. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We shall see. When I pick up this load, let's see, 250 miles. That should be like a 5-hour trip at most, depending on the speed limit and what kind of roads we're taking. So we will see. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing the game to crash. Most of the mods I'm seeing, most people are saying they're up to date and all that, so I'm not sure. Like I said, I got the spring mod disabled, the minimal advisory screen bar at the bottom disabled. Coast to coast is disabled because Nebraska just came out like a few hours ago, so it's going to take them a moment to get that squared away. Yeah, the new UI on the home page is kind of interesting. First time seeing it, so I don't know if I like it or not. It's going to take me a moment to get used to it. Didn't expect the railroad tracks to be that bumpy. I was going to go over it like nothing was going on, but better go over these nice and carefully. Can't be good for the tires, I would think. And I'm going to have to go over this with a low loader. I mean, it's a low loader. Not the wheel loader there, but yeah, we're grabbing ourselves a low loader. Let's see, let me turn here and we'll back up to the truck or to the trailer. I'm going to have to lower my axle. I guess not. Yeah, if I seem like I'm quiet a couple times, I'm just nervous about the game crashing currently. So, because like I said, it's done it like 5 or 6 times. But only if I go back to the garage itself. Other things I should go over, just where we left off last episode. We upgraded our final truck, so we have no more upgrade trucks to do. All of our trucks are well enough, let's put it that way. So we wake up this morning with $22,000 in the bank account. And now we're saving up for upgrading the Dallas garage. And that's going to be like 75 grand. Alright, so the GPS here is telling me we're going to be there by 1. No, it does. Wait, I thought it was going to say 1 in the afternoon. It doesn't. It says 1 in the morning. It's 6:30 on a Friday. It's saying I'm not going to get there until 1:08 a.m. for a 285-mile trip. I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. Should be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if that ETA gets adjusted as we move on here. Yeah, the speed limits seem all off as well. So usually in the US, we're on miles per hour, which we're on. But you can see the speed limit says 22. Should be like 20 or 25, one or the other, I would think. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. We're just gonna go though. So if it does take me just a usual amount of time to get there, let's say if I get there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I may have to end the episode there, because I thought I would have been done recording by now, but like I said, I've been dealing with all these game crashes and everything. I didn't seem like I was having a problem. I did test a little bit when patch 1.5 came out. I came in on a bare profile just to see what was working, what wasn't working. I'm like, okay, this mod's working, that mod's not working. And the game wasn't crashing on me, but today when I logged in, I don't know. Now, I will say this, and I'm not sure what they're updating, but I pretty much bought Nebraska when it came out this afternoon. And since then, there's been 3 updates to ATS. So, I don't know what they've been updating. So, we're just going to drive. We're going to try to enjoy Nebraska, and hopefully nothing goes on. And I don't know what to expect here in Nebraska. Like I said, I didn't read any blogs, none of that stuff. So I don't know if there's a point of interest. I don't know what the special cargo is. None of that. By the way, we are taking a rock bucket for our Volvo, and we're going to get paid like $12.56 for it. So the time there in blue, that's the real time. I got 16 hours and 11 minutes real time to finish this external delivery. Well, the good news is, as we're going here, we already got the ETA down to 12. It seems like it's dropping somewhat quick-ish. We will see. It's only a 264-mile trip, but you can see it says right there it's going to take me 17 hours to get there. So, I mean, something's definitely... Someone's been smoking the good stuff, I think. Is the speed limit really only 40 miles an hour on this road? Now, I've driven through Nebraska in real life, but only on Interstate 80. So, the speed limit there is like 75. But really in Nebraska, if you want to do 90, you probably could, you know, just as long as you don't have a cop on the side of the road somewhere. Because it's pretty much most roads like this. I-80 is pretty much straight as can be. Not much going on either side, but it will be interesting to see what SCS has brought to the table on it. So when I get done with this delivery, it should count as 2 of the 12 because it says I got delivered to or from the cities in Nebraska. So we've taken it from McCook. And where are we going again? Norfolk. Every time I see that, I think of Virginia. Sorry. Didn't know there was one in Nebraska. I just started thinking, when I take a thumbnail, I'm going to have to exit back to the home or the garage menu to get to the photo options. I feel like the game is going to crash. I may not take a photo until after I get this delivery done. Oh, hello train. You actually kind of scared me there. It's like, the heck? I was like, there's a road there? No, there's not a road there. All right, so right now ETA says 11:20. I'm gonna disable that for now, just to give us a better immersion of driving here. All right, Cindy. Cindy's still here, by the way. She's fine. So I'm gonna assume the speed limit is, well, it must be. Yeah, it's only 40 miles an hour here, so that's interesting. Wait, that train just disappeared. I mean, just literally disappeared. You saw it for yourself. If you didn't, back up the video 10 seconds. It disappeared. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like... I know I'm in Nebraska, but it kind of feels like I'm driving through California. This road does not seem like it's a road that should be only 40. But we're just gonna go with it. Like I said, we're just gonna roll with the punches here. I will say this though, if the game does crash halfway through this part, there might be some punches. But I don't want to take it out on my monitor because it's not fair to the monitor. It's amazing when you get used to a certain mod in game. And I am going to cut out in front of this truck. When you get used to certain mods in a game and then you don't have them. I mean, I always knew I loved the minimal info bar at the bottom of the screen. Always loved it. Patrick, who I use, a good amount of his mods. He's the one that does the realistic economy, the minimal advisory bar at the bottom, and I think there's another one of his I use as well. Great mods. And like I said, I think the minimal advisory bar at the bottom, I probably should, I mean, I don't really mod, but I'm pretty sure he knows. Probably the main difficulty with that one this time is because the user interface has changed quite a bit. I mean, even look at, I never really looked at this info screen that we have up here. Wow, speed limit's only 40 miles an hour here as well. But that seems like it's different, so that could be messing up something on his mod, of course. But he knows a lot more of what he's doing than I'm sure Seth going to know, so... I know he's watched a couple of my videos, so if you happen to see this, Patrick, that's just my guess, but... You know, that's like me being the person saying, walking up to someone, hey, I don't know how to do this, do you know how to do it? And then they start actually doing it, telling them that, no, I think you're doing it wrong. I asked them to do it because I don't know how, but then I'm going to tell them how to do it? Makes no sense. Kind of like a lot of my conversations I've been having already throughout this episode. Wow, I can't control 40 miles an hour. It feels like a road that I should be doing like 50 on, or even 55. But so far the good news is, we originally were supposed to be getting there at, what, 1:30 Saturday morning? We got it down to like 9 o'clock. This reminds me of the old days of ATS when they had ETAs on there, and you were like, yeah, that's not going to take me that long to get there. Then you start driving, and the next thing you know, you're there. All right, we're going to get on I-80 here. This ought to be interesting. So what is the speed limit going to be on I-80? I mean, it should be like 75. 47? So you're going to tell me everyone's going to do 47 miles an hour on I-80? Well, you do that in real life, you're going to get run over. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm going to have to... After I get done with this episode, I'm going to log on to... I have a profile that has basically no mods, a blank profile. And just drive in Nebraska just to see... I'll teleport to, like, this interstate just to see if this is the same thing. If I eliminate all mods, then, yeah, there's something going on with the base game itself. I do know this overpass. I think it's just a pedestrian overpass, really. Well, we're gonna just go and hope I don't run into any police. Now, let me, well, speed limit is... Oh, that's our loan payment. Took me a second because I'm so used to I hear that. I looked down at the bottom of the screen and I was like, wait, was that a loan payment? I didn't hear no sirens. So I'm like, that's got to be the loan payment. Meanwhile, I'm driving through Nebraska and I've been more interested in the user interface, trying to figure out all that stuff. I haven't really looked at the scenery too much. I mean, I'm still looking out the window, so you guys may have seen something different. But I've been more focused on the dash and all that stuff that's going on. Now, the other thing that's going to happen is, of course, I got the coast-to-coast map turned off. If our drivers are on the East Coast, I'm not sure if they just teleport back to their garage and lose their deliveries, so we may not be making that much money for a bit. I thought GPS was showing me I had to turn off here somewhere. Okay, did that change? I have... Cindy, I'm having a drink after this. You know, the good drinks. I'm having one of them at least. Pardon me, people, as I come through. As long as we get there before 5, that's all I'm really wanting to do. Yeah, so if I, later on, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it tonight. But hopefully before next episode, like, just quickly get onto the profile with no mods on it. And just to see what's going on with the speed limit. Part of me wants to say I hope it does the same thing. That way I don't have to look for the mod that's causing the problem, because I'm not sure which one it would be. Because I'm running only like 12 mods. 3 of them are paint jobs. Realistic economy, realistic fuel prices, real companies. Yeah, not a whole lot, so I'm not really sure, but yeah, if it turns out to be definitely a mod, then I gotta start going one by one to figure out what's happening. We are actually getting off the interstate here. And I've been so focused on a lot of stuff, I'm not even sure if I discovered any new cities yet. Now, the city that we started in, I have already discovered that city. That's the city that was on the Coast to Coast map. So, of course. Yeah. So, that city was already discovered. Like I said, Omaha and Sydney's probably already been discovered. I think there's 4 cities I've been to on the Coast to Coast map, so they've already been discovered here. GPS must think I'm in rush hour traffic in LA. To go 117 miles, it's going to take me 7.5 hours. Oh, I do got mail, though. I didn't check the mail. So we may do that once we get this delivery done. Although I am going to try to save the game. Like I said, when I go back to the home menu, that's when my game seems to crash. Let's not get another... Okay, and just as I stop, light turns green. I think we'll have to leave that up on the right hand. I can turn that off. 31. So it says, yeah, speed limit is 31, which seems like it's trying to convert it over to kilometers in a weird way. But kilometers is usually higher than miles per hour. So if it's 60 miles an hour, which I saw on the speed limit signs, 60 miles an hour is almost like 100 kilometers per hour. But yet GPS and this is telling me speed limit is 37. Yeah, I'm not sure. Have no idea. I got some more figuring out to do. And the thing is, this is oh geez, I almost said SnowRunner may not be going this afternoon. I'm so used to just recording ATS and know it goes out on Sunday. I'll have to see if I get time for SnowRunner this week. If I can figure out this mile per hour thing relatively quickly, then there might be a SnowRunner on Sunday. Have to wait and see. Thought everything was really good when 1.5 came out, and I just jumped on here. I'm like, oh, this is, you know, this mod's working. I knew certain mods would not work. I'm like, okay, everything seems to be good. And I did that on my blank profile. I just added the mods I think would work and logged in, and I'm like, oh, everything's working. But I logged in today, and now things are acting weird. I'm not hearing a lot of cha-chings today, meaning my drivers are completing deliveries. I'm kind of hoping what's going to happen is the creator of the Coast to Coast map, he's usually pretty good about getting something thrown together within the first 24 or 36 hours of a drop of a map coming out. So I'm kind of hoping what's happening is if our driver's like on the East Coast, the game says, okay, it's going to take you 4 days to get back. If I were to put the Coast to Coast map back on, the game's going to just continue as it was when the 4 days are up, if that makes any sense. But not much we can do about it. Hey, Columbus, how you doing? Alright, so how are we doing here? Alright, now we're supposed to be getting there at 4:11. It is 12 1:15 in the afternoon. The other 61 miles, so I'm assuming I'm going to get there, you know, around 1:30-ish. Actually, because I haven't done it yet, is when I complete this external contract and it goes to the screen of the delivery, just be prepared for the video to maybe come to an abrupt halt or hear a lot of bleeping sounds. I may have to edit on the voice because I'll be one salty peanut. There is a photo, something to take a photo of up here, I do believe, on the left-hand side. And I would love to go out and take a photo, but I'm afraid of the game crashing. Okay, so anyone from Columbus, Nebraska, or that goes through there, if you know what that is, leave a comment below. Well, speed limit's only 31. Now it's only 25. Oh, I need to go left. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and get in front of that red car. We're not turning left here, we're turning left at the next stoplight. So I do believe, also in the patch 1.5, I think there was a new international truck. There was also some cosmetic stuff for the Western Star that came out. So we may go back to an international. We had the International 9900. That's what we drove for a bit. Well, so far I haven't seen is a lot of cornfields. I'm actually surprised I have not gotten a speeding ticket yet for what I've been doing. Alright, how are we doing? 51 miles to go. That's what I'm going to go by. I'm not going to go by the ETA because we have racked off a whole lot of time. So of course for the next few episodes, and you're seeing if it goes, watching this when it goes live, it's a Friday, at least when I post it. Maybe for you it's a Saturday morning, I have no idea. But yeah, we'll have an episode today, there'll be one tomorrow, and there'll be the usual one on Sunday. And then I'll see how I want to do it next week. We'll see what we get done here in the next 3 episodes. I'm just, I'm redlining the speedometer everywhere we go. Got a line of traffic up here. Hope there's nothing going on. Yeah, I don't want to be running into a detour today either. So fingers crossed. So yeah, we know we're going to Norfolk. Western Metal. Now, we'll just come up beside all of you. Oh, the light's green. And the other thing I'm noticing, it's not that my GPS is screwed up or anything like that, because the AI traffic seemed to be following the speed limit as well. Well, here is Norfolk, and you can see it's already yellow, which means we've already discovered it. So, welcome to Norfolk. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, gee, I was ready to follow that car right on through. Don't want to be doing that. He was turning right on red. 21 miles to go. Oh, there's my fuel gauge. It was like the last dial looking on my dash, like, where's the fuel? So he says, looking down at the minimal advisory screen, like, oh, we got so much fuel left. Because I did not fuel up at the end of last episode when we delivered the bus. And I have not fueled up in between when I was doing all that stuff. Getting out over to the rest area. I do feel like the game is going to crash when I deliver this, so we'll see. I'll have to do some investigation of why it is crashing. Means it must be one of the mods, I would assume, but... Alright, the one thing I haven't checked, but I'm almost there. It weighs 8,000 pounds. That would explain a lot why we're braking very fast. It's like the clouds are starting to roll in. Now the spring mod, I know usually when there's an update, and I did check it, you technically could run the spring mod, but you're going to get patches of pink and purple in some areas because it needs a little work. Yep, starting to rain. Wait, I do have to stop here? Yep, gotta check in. It's kind of like crossing the border up into Canada, which I really haven't heard much about Canada Pro mods in a while. I mean, it is a nice mod itself, but the area just isn't that big. Unless I just haven't received the email that they've updated it recently, or I missed it, or whatever it may be. Well, we have reached our delivery area at 147. Western Metal. No gate coming on in. I see where we gotta park it. The question is, how am I parking it? Gotcha. Alright, so it's not that difficult of a parking job. So he says. Let's get the trailer kind of backed up where it needs to be. We'll just leave it R3, I guess. Like a glove. At least that went right. Is there a quick save button? I never done quick save. No, F2 is mirrors. No, F3 is that. F4 is that. How about... No, not that. I think F8 might be mail. Alright, well, I'm just gonna... I don't know if there's a quick save button, because I've never done it really, because I didn't think I need to. But let's go ahead and unload it and see what happens here. Please don't crash on me. Alright, well, so far so good. Show results now. Just go to continue. Alright, well, I'm back in the garage and nothing happened, so that's good. So yeah, while we're here, and yes, Cruising Nebraska, 2 out of 12, perfect. So that's 2 done. Yeah, so the whole user interface, when I first logged on, saw this, I was like, whoa, it took me a moment to figure out everything here. So your main stuff is down here, like your main stuff for the game, your system, quick save, quit save game options, launchpad, media, which is your photo mode, your gallery, radio, image spotlight, catalog, which I've never really looked at. This is where you can get to the bank, used trucks, truck dealers, so on and so forth. This is where you get to your garage manager, truck manager, trailer manager, driver manager, your career, convoys. This is how you get to the world map. This is where your jobs are, and then of course drive. I will go ahead and just look at our email. And yeah, new companies for jobs, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually surprised it's not telling me about the Cruising Nebraska stuff. Up here, you can do your jobs as well. So it's down here and up here, which seems just a little bit weird. But you can access everything here as you can down here. It just seems really odd to me. You can actually go back to your desktop if you wanted to. But I'll quickly look at the Cruising Nebraska quickly. As it says, when a player completes a delivery to or from 12 different Nebraska cities, they will achieve their personal goal. And the trip's must be 100 miles. I almost said 100,000. That would be ridiculous. But 100 miles or more. And yeah, they got to be external contracts, of course. So while we're here as well, let's go ahead and, like I said, I'm expecting the game to crash in any moment. We'll go ahead and look at the Nebraska. So McCook, Lincoln, Omaha, Norfolk, Grand Isle, North Platte, Sydney, Scottsbluff, Alliance, Chadron, and Valentine. That, I think I counted 12 in my head as I was going through it. So there's 12 cities. And today we started McCook and we went up and along here, speeding all the way along through. You can see I've already seen Omaha, and apparently I haven't seen Sydney, which is kind of weird. Well, I guess going along the interstate, I guess Sydney's a little bit off the interstate, so maybe we didn't really go through it. But yeah, there we are. Looks like we lost money today because none of our drivers brought in cash, but that's the way it is. I want to leave the truck where it's parked because the game hasn't crashed. I'm actually going to go ahead and save the game. Yeah, by the way, if you use like the spring mod, this is what you'll get, like a purple sky. Yeah, it doesn't quite. That's from a long time ago, but that's kind of what you'll get. But let me go ahead and just save this before something weird happens. At least it'll be over and done with. But yeah, that's where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with realistic economy. But until then, have a good one.